We're just about to get started here as everyone's making their way into the room. So as we are getting adjusted, we're going to open up with Rochelle in just a few minutes. But if you are getting yourself adjusted and landed here, feel free just to type in the chat, share maybe your name if you want to introduce yourself, and then anything that you are here for today. So if you are struggling with something, if you're experiencing pain, anxiety, stuckness, relationship issues, past trauma, go ahead and put that in the chat. Maybe say what your name, where you're from. Hi, Keith, welcome. And what it is that you are dealing with today. And the reason why we ask you to do this is because we're actually going to answer and touch on all these specific issues, questions, when we get to the Q&A portion of today's call. So I want to make sure that today's session is the most valuable for you. So feel free to just type that in. Maybe it's just one word. Maybe you're here for clarity. Maybe you're here for a sense of calm. Maybe you want to get rid of your panic attacks. So go ahead and just write that in the chat as we're waiting for the rest of our friends to get in. Yeah, weight loss, smoking, anxiety, all of that, body pain. Oh, I'm sorry, Dana. Thank you. Thank you so much for putting that in there. So we're going to touch on all of these different issues because hypnotherapy truly covers so many different areas of the mind, the body, and then the overall soul. What is it that your bigger life purpose is? So there's so many ways that hypnotherapy can support you. We're going to talk all about that today. What we're going to do first is start out with a little bit about what is hypnosis and what is it not. So there's almost no way that hypnotherapy is going to work on you if you are anxious or afraid or skeptical of this process. So we're going to make it a little bit more human, a little more real and understandable, nothing too weird. Everything you've heard or seen in the movies, that's going to be cleared up today. And then our co-founder, Rochelle, who's here today, is also going to lead us in a brief hypnosis. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to actually experience a little bit of relaxation. This isn't going to be an in-depth, up to 30-minute long hypnosis. In an actual private one-on-one session, it will be up to that long. It's very possible. And it's going to be super personalized to you. Today's session is going to be more relaxation focused. Obviously, there's hundreds of people on today's call. So that's going to mean that not everybody is going to have the same issues, but it's going to be supportive for everyone to feel a sense of ease. And then after that, we're going to have some Q&A. So everything that you're sharing here, the self-worth issues, the hurt from your past relationships, wanting to work on personal development, everything is going to be covered today. So thank you all for putting that in the chat. Maria, Derek, Patrick, Keith, really good to have you guys all. Okay, so we have Rochelle here, one of the co-founders of Joymind. She is, of course, a co-founder, but she's also an active practitioner. So you can work with Rochelle directly, and we'll talk about that towards the end of today's call. If you want to work with her, you can. In the consultation, you can ask, or you can work with one of our other specialists. But she's been doing this work for close to 30 years. Her main focus is on trauma and relationships. She's written multiple books on these topics, has been a featured speaker around the world on these topics. And her work is actually even featured on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday. So you might have been familiar with her. I'll pass over to Rochelle to tell us a little bit more about her work and how Joymind began.
Hello, everybody. I'm really grateful that all of you are here. And I can tell you I've been doing this for a long time, and it's the fastest way to get the help you need so that you can go live a wonderful, free, and peaceful life. And I always say peace is priceless because it is. Once you obtain it, it's the most incredible feeling, and you realize how bright the world is. We started this company because we wanted to make sure that we could get hypnotherapy out to the masses because we know it works. We know for a fact that it works. We have a 95% rate, a success rate. So we wanted to bring hypnotherapy out to the masses because we truly care about people, and we wanted to help as many as we could. And everyone that works with this company feels the exact same way. It's a consciousness. We're all here to help others thrive. And I'm very grateful because a dream has come true. We're the largest platform in the entire country for hypnotherapy.
Yeah, so Joymind has obviously been around for a little while now, and everybody who's worked at this company, Rochelle included, was an individual practitioner and has now been a part of the Joymind community. So there's 50 plus hypnotherapists, and there's a reason why we work so well. Okay, so we've got 95% of clients that are reporting improvement, thousands of 5-star reviews, and because there's real science behind hypnotherapy. So this is Rochelle's number one line. If you know her, you know she says, we adults become what we learned as children. And that is the truest truth. I'm actually going to share a handout right after the hypnosis so you can self-identify where you are in your childhood patterns, what you learned as a child that got imprinted in your brain and is now sabotaging your adult life, whether that be your weight loss journey, your self-confidence, your toxic relationships, your feeling like you're having money issues all the time. All of that comes from childhood issues. So you want to give a little bit of that breakdown of conscious and subconscious mind and why this works, Rochelle.
So it doesn't matter if you want to lose weight or you want to help your sales performance, performance in sports or life or relationships or anxiety or trauma, it doesn't matter. It all lives in the subconscious, and so does the inner child. But here's what is happening. 12% is your conscious mind. It's where your logic, rational reasoning live, your willpower, let's say. So I always give the example of going to the gym. New Year's resolutions are, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to stop eating sugar, or, I'm going to read a book a month, right? Well, you may do it for a short period of time and then that's it. The big one is yo-yo dieting. First you're doing it, then you don't. Then you're doing it, then you don't. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So your conscious mind knows what it wants to do. It understands this. But the problem is your subconscious rules your life, which is why some people drive, you can walk, you can run, use a knife and fork, write your name, because the subconscious remembers how to do it. Well, it also learns what it was taught. How many people have you heard say, ugh, I don't want to go to the gym? How many people have you heard? I mean, as children, people get candy and cake and all that stuff, right? So you've learned to like all these things. Maybe you witnessed really bad relationships. It's a pattern. This is another conversation, but you've learned that relationships are bad, or maybe you learned you weren't worthy or deserving. I'm trying to make all of this make sense to you because I'm looking at the chat, what questions people are answering. So what we have to do is we have to go to the 88% of the subconscious mind that rules your life and teach it something new, because it likes the knowns, even if they're not good. It doesn't like the unknowns. And the unknowns are the good things. I want to go to the gym. I want to eat well. I don't want a bad relationship. I want to be good in sales. I want to be good at my job. I want to perform, right? I don't want to be so triggered by my pain. So we have to, and the people that work with us, we'll get into that later, are very good at what they do. We're going to go into that subconscious. We're going to reframe the perception of the subconscious mind so you can take back your power and be who it is you want to be.
Yeah, so if hypnosis is new for you, that's okay. You might be the first person in your friends, your family, and anybody that you know that's trying something like this, but it is absolutely not a new modality. For over 200 years, people have been studying the subconscious mind. Why do we do things when we know we shouldn't be doing it? Why do I keep reaching for the bag of chips when I know this is not good for me? Or why do I keep going back to this person even though they broke my heart and hurt me over and over again? Or why do I end up in these positions where I'm not treated with the respect or the value that I feel that I'm deserving of? That's the subconscious mind. So there have been 12,000 scientific publications that you can look up on so many different issues. So this is why it's actually, with hypnotherapy, it's not a specific, oh, we only help people with trauma or we only work with anxiety. Everything is the subconscious. And so when you look at these studies, you'll start to see that the subconscious mind trickles into so many different areas of life. And unless you are actually working with that part of the brain, it's going to control your life. So hypnotherapy is not something that controls you. It's when you get to take back control, because hypnosis is actually happening automatically. So this is kind of the scary part. Maybe you're somebody, if you found us on Instagram, you might have been doom scrolling on a bunch of cat videos or ads that are telling you what you need to keep buying. And then you stumbled upon this. Okay, great. We're happy you're here, but also just keep in mind how often you're being sucked in by things that you feel that make you feel unworthy, that make you feel sick, that make you feel like you're not enough. So, Rochelle, if you want to talk to us a little bit about these hypnotic states that we're pretty much in, whether we like it or not.
So, firstly, anything learned can be unlearned. I'm sure of it. I know this for a fact. And it's crazy because let's say you're watching TV and it's a scary movie for those who you watch those, or a love story. And you are even like, oh my God, turn it off. I don't like those horror movies. Those don't work for me. And then I don't know why anyone likes them. I don't understand it. I'm petrified. But then I'll see a love story and it's like, oh, you've got mail, such an old movie, but it's so nice. Or the Hallmark movies. Oh, they're so nice. You're hypnotized. Here's a big one. You're driving on the freeway and you miss your exit. You're listening to your music, you're rocking out, everything is great. And it's like, oh, so you got to backtrack. That's a form of hypnotherapy. All hypnotherapy is a heightened state of awareness. And let me tell you, when you're looking at the news and the ads and all of these things, there are books and courses and things you learn how to sell your services using hypnotherapy. Even the way you write, there's patterns, you can see it. And if you notice that you tag something on Instagram and you see it over and over and over and over again, and hey, we're one of those people, but I'm offering, I hope you appreciate, with the best of my heart, I'm trying to give you things that are going to help you, right? But you may get like somebody that sells candy or handbags. You're going to see it over and over and over and over again because they're going to put that into your head. And if somebody keeps putting something into your head over and over and over again, like you learned as a child, guess what? You're going to become it. So what we want to do is put the good stuff, and we know how to do it at the subconscious level. So we don't have to bombard you with all these things, right? So that you learn new habits, right? We change those old patterns and make them healthy again.
Yeah, so you are experiencing a form of hypnosis quite naturally. So, yes, there are external factors that kind of suck you in, like Rochelle said, the movie, or maybe you're driving and distracted, or you're scrolling and distracted. But it happens even without you trying, or even without anything external. It's an innate part of human body. So, first thing in the morning, when you're just waking up and you're like, about to hit snooze, you're not ready to face the world just yet. And then also right when you're falling asleep, where you're half awake, you can kind of still hear what's going on in the background, but you don't have the energy to respond. That's actually the same exact brain state that you experience in hypnosis. So you automatically experience that every single day. So maybe that's only like a minute, 2 minutes of your day to day. What we do in hypnotherapy is we stretch out that feeling. We stretch out that really kind of gentle dream-like state where you're in between, awake and asleep. And so when we stretch that part out and then we put positive suggestions when you're in that brain state, then you're going to start to see the results. That's why, when you get the recording of the hypnosis, which will start shortly, I highly recommend, and your hypnotherapist will say this as well, listen to that recording either first thing in the morning or right before bed. Those are the most suggestible times of the brain. So it's almost like just kind of going with the current of life. So highly recommend when you get the recording, it'll be emailed to you after today's session. Listen to it again tonight before you go to bed, maybe tomorrow night. Give yourself at least 3 days of actively working on those suggestions and just see what starts to happen. So what does this feel like?
This.
Yeah, I know this is your favorite slide because the world and the movies definitely give us a little bit of a crazy rep.
All it is a heightened state of awareness. It is not mind control. We cannot control your mind. So when you watch television and you see the psychiatrist hypnotizing somebody to go do very bad things and, criminal acts, not true. Here's why. Because I am sure everyone that is here right now they're ethical. You would never go commit these crimes. I'm not even going to say what I saw because I don't think it's appropriate at all. But really bad things, not going to happen. Not going to happen. You are in control of your mind And all you have to do is you're just going to close your eyes and you're going to feel very relaxed. And you'll even just listening to the voice and just relaxing, or you might be visualizing. You can do whatever you want to do. You might be thinking, I need to shut the back door. I forgot, or turn off the stove, right? You're in control. You want to get help. You want to feel better. So whatever we tell you, we're doing it based on what you want because you're the one in control. So it is not mind control. You can get stuck in it. Absolutely not. You cannot get stuck in anything. We don't have crazy glue, shutting your eyes. No, 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 no. You cannot get stuck in it. Just open your eyes and you're awake and you're fine. Only weak-minded people can be hypnotized. And Hal already knows what I'm going to say. I am far from weak-minded. Far, 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 far from it. And so is Halai, by the way. And I can tell you, we are both being hypnotized. That doesn't mean we might be saying, I'm wondering what modality they're using, or why did they say that? I'm wondering. But guess what? You're still hypnotized because you're relaxed. And if you're like me, or you're like Halai or myself, you go in and out of it. And then there are some people that are just totally fine, right? You black out like sheep. Not true. You're not, if you're drinking too much, which I don't think anyone should be drinking that much, you're doing drugs. Yeah, you could black out. Absolutely. But no, not in hypnotherapy. You are not going to black out. And when you sleep, you're not blacking out either, by the way. Blacking out is when you drink too much and you just shut down or whatever, right? No, you will not black out. All you're doing is focusing on what we're saying. And it's so interesting to me because the way I talk about it, it sounds so simple. For you, it is. That's all you're doing. It's the people that are helping you that know what to do. So your subconscious mind is going to listen to us.
And there's a reason why Joymind works. So I highly encourage you to do your own research, but just to give you a little bit of context in the industry of hypnosis is that a hypnotist is not the same as a Joymind hypnotherapist. So Rochelle personally mentors and supports the entire team. We make sure that everybody is perfectly vetted, and we only hire from one college, HMI, which is the oldest and largest college of hypnotherapy in the US. It's been around since 1968, and hypnotherapists complete up to 2 years of practicum, study, mentorship, direct support, 720 hours of training, and that is all based on the Kappas method. So Dr. Kappas created this form of hypnotherapy based on the theory of mind to help people actually create real clinical outcomes. Hypnotists.
And how does your mind work? Right. And how does your mind work? Right. Because not everybody is the same. So if someone hypnotizes you and they just read some random script or whatever they're doing because they've only gone to school for 2 days or a few months, that's not going to work. We have learned how does your mind work, and we can do tests that you don't need to know about that are going to tell us. And plus, are you an analytical? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? How does your mind take in information? So because we know that is why you're able to feel more relaxed, and we're able to break through to the subconscious mind and help you.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why the hypnotherapist that Rochelle works may not be the same person that I work with. We match you with somebody who, one, is a fit for what you're struggling with, that they specialize in those issues. Two, they match you with the personality. So if we're looking for somebody more analytical, if you need somebody more relational, more spiritual, more structured, more intuitive, all of those factors are really important. So we have a massive bank of hypnotherapists, but they are not a hypnotist who's done a 2-day course. There are thousands of people out there right now that call themselves a hypnotherapist and just literally did a weekend of studying and are trying to hypnotize you. So many people do come to us saying, oh, it didn't work on me. And it's often the first question that we're asking is, are you familiar with what kind of certification your hypnotherapist has? Are you familiar with the level of experience they have and whether or not they actually had the outcome. So anybody that works with us has to prove they've had X number of successful clients. Like you cannot just have practice clients with Joymind.
And you
So
have people looking over
good
your
shape.
shoulder. So it's, you don't get to just go hypnotize somebody. You're being watched and they're critiquing you. And you're doing this for a long time. And you're really understanding how the mind works. Dr. Kapp has put hypnotherapy on the map. And his big thing is, how does somebody take in information? So this is not a fly-by-night. I'm sorry, I get very upset about it because I don't like people out there putting in stuff in someone's head and not knowing what they're doing, like stage shows. I don't like any of it. Half of the stage show is not even real. That's another conversation. So we're very serious about this. We're clinical hypnotherapists.
Mm-hmm. So anybody that you get matched with, so we have close to 50 almost, we're getting actually pretty close to 50 right now, certified hypnotherapists of Joymind. All of them graduated from the same program, but they all come from different backgrounds as well. So not only are they hypnotherapists, but like I said, if you want somebody with a pain management focus, some people have physical therapy practice, some people have more of that doctorate practice, some people are personal trainers, counselors. So whatever kind of path you're headed down, whatever collection of issues that you're wanting to work on, you're going to get somebody that has that foundation in addition to their hypnotherapy practice. So the way that they're going to structure your program is going to be very much in line with the outcomes that you're looking for. And then all the sessions that we do are completely virtual. So I know, Rochelle, you've had your in-person practice in the Los Angeles area for close to 20 years. And now we only practice virtually. So if you want to give us a little bit of the context of how the difference feels like, because it's pretty significant, I would say, that the feeling, that's my favorite part of being at home.
So when you go into an office, I don't know where you are, but here in LA, you have traffic. Oh, then you have to find a parking place, which isn't easy, especially if you have an office like I did in two very good areas. Then they've got to park their car and then they come in and then they have to wait in the waiting room because I'm seeing somebody. And then when that person is gone, then they can come to the office and then we can talk and I can hypnotize them. And then after they're hypnotized, they want to rest. They want to hang out. But I have another client waiting. So they have to leave. They have to go. And that's not really good. It's really not a good idea. And what I love about how we work now via Zoom is, now you're going to notice this if you haven't noticed it before. You're out all day running around, getting things done. Think of a really busy day and you came home. Maybe you've been working all day. You come home and you're like, I'm home. Think about that for a minute. And if that hasn't happened, which I'm sure that it has, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So half the battle with hypnotherapy is that you're comfortable and you're relaxed. So some people are in their bed when they're talking to us. Some are at their desk, some are on the couch. Some people actually are really comfortable in their car because they have a busy household. So they sit under the tree in their car and they work with us that way. Safe, quiet, calm, private. But the home is such a great place because you're in a safe place. And then after we're done with this hypnotherapy, it's so incredible because what you're going to do is just, wherever you are, stay there and just rest, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or an hour. And you're going to let all of these lovely feelings of relaxation settle in. And that is so important when we're talking about hypnotherapy.
Yeah. I always feel that exhale very clearly, like that when you walk in the door after a long day, the chaos of the outside, all the people that you have to interact with, nothing beats the peace that you have at home. And what we want to create is calm in your environment. Not that, I only feel calm when I go inside my therapist's office. Like that's where I get to be calm. No, you get to bring calm into your world. So we're going to start with a little bit of that today. If you are driving, you're not doing today's session, but ideally you're not driving. Relax, sit back. If you can recline a little bit, we're going to jump into the hypnosis shortly. So I want you to be as comfortable as possible. If you're laying down in your bed, that's okay, but maybe even put some pillows up, prop yourself up. So there's a bit of a difference between sleep and relaxation. Okay. And then if you have some headphones, go ahead and put those headphones on. That'll help you get a more immersive experience. And then more importantly, more than anything, give yourself permission to relax. I am allowed to relax. I'm allowed to receive this. Okay. So I'm going to let Rochelle take over the hypnosis. When we complete the hypnosis, I'm going to give you all that handout so you can learn a little bit more about your own personal limiting beliefs, what you learned as a child, and that's going to be tailored in your personalized hypnosis session. So when you book sessions, you'll probably get to talk about some of these issues and we'll go into more details. But today, just get an opportunity to receive and relax.
So everybody go ahead and close your eyes. And there is no right and there is no wrong. You may feel very relaxed and calm. You may be thinking, what is she doing? You may visualize. You may just listen to my voice. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to count from 1 to 10 and 10 back down to 1. And on each and every count, you're going to feel more calm and relaxed and calm, letting go and releasing and letting go. Starting from 1, you can feel the room around you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, going back down, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Letting go and releasing and letting go. Sinking deeply, calmly, and soundly into the surface beneath you. Just letting go. Taking in a deep letting go breath. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to visualize, picture, or pretend that there's a beautiful light hovering over your head. Taking in a deep letting go breath again, and know that you are worthy and deserving, and you're just allowing yourself permission to surrender into the experience. Allow the light to travel over your forehead and over your eyes. While your eyes are closed, look down. There's nothing to see and there's nothing to do. Just relax. You know, it's nice to take a break sometimes. We humans need it. Allow the light to travel over your face. Your jaw relaxes, your teeth separate. The more your jaw relaxes, the more your teeth separate. The more your teeth separate, the more your jaw relaxes. You're going to notice that sometimes you're holding your jaw, your teeth are clenched, and you're going to say, I need to relax. Life is a good thing. Allow that beautiful golden light to travel over your mouth. And this is when you choose to silence is golden. Because when you're quiet, the chatter stops. The tornado that's in your head, the part of you that questions everything in your life. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not deserving. Yada, 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 yada. That kind of stuff. I'm not going to perform. I need to smoke, whatever it is. I don't know, whatever it is. And when you are quiet, the chatter stops and you can hear the authentic self. And as Carl Rogers says, we all have the answers within ourselves. All we have to do is listen and just relax. Just relax. Even your mouth kind of separates. You can feel it. And there's something nice when we reach that quiet point in our lives, because we find the calm and the still. And that is where the clarity lives. Allow that beautiful light to travel down through your throat. You may feel the need to swallow, and that's okay. And allow it to travel over your shoulders. And this is where we hold on to the weight of the world. So go ahead and just whatever is disturbing your peace, let it go. Into the chair and onto the floor, releasing and letting go and releasing. Into the chair and onto the floor, releasing and letting go and releasing. Into the chair and onto the floor, releasing and letting go and releasing. Into the chair and onto the floor, releasing and letting go and releasing. Into the chair and onto the floor, releasing and letting go and releasing. And oh, is it nice? Just let go. Allow the light to travel down through your arms, your hands, your fingertips. Maybe noticing that one hand is heavier than the other. So very, very heavy. You don't even want to lift it up. It's feeling heavier and heavier and heavier. You don't want to lift it up. There's no point. Just let it go. It's nice to let your hands just be. Maybe your palms are up and you can even feel the light. Some people may want to put one of their hands or both hands on their heart and take a deep letting go breath and say, I'm home. I'm home. Allow the light to travel throughout your back and over your heart. And this is where you know what you know, what you know, what you know. You are worthy and deserving, and you belong. You were just by being born. And you know that anything learned can be unlearned, and that you can look in the mirror and say, I actually do have a lot of great qualities. And now I'm going to operate from there because I am strong and I am secure. And while I have weathered many storms, I will always find my sea legs. No matter what I've been through, even if I just need to perform better, I can do whatever I want to do. Whatever that is. It's time to believe in yourself. It's your turn. Allow the light to travel down through your legs, your thighs, your knees, your shins, and allow it to puddle around your feet, lighting the path before you, knowing that you're on the right path. You're on the right path. And it is now time to walk in the shoes of grace. So you're going to walk and you're going to hold your head up high, facing the sun, knowing your shadows have fallen behind you and that they became your fuel to thrive and have been illuminated by the light. And you're going to notice that tomorrow the sun shines brighter than it did today. The sun will rise and the sun will set each and every day to remind you that it's there. And you're going to notice this even when your lamp goes on, a light in your house, or you light a candle, the promise of hope. You're going to notice it. So I'm going to count from 0 to 5. And when I get to 5, you're going to feel more awake and calm and refreshed. And just remember where you are. At any time, put your hand over your heart and just breathe. Everything good you know or you have heard, including today, is in your breath. Just breathe. Just breathe and look at the light. Starting from 1, you can feel the room around you. 2, the surface beneath you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes wide awake.
Beautiful. All right. Gently bringing yourself back. And without thinking too much, just writing in the chat one word or even a few words that feel very true right now. If it's a sense of calm washing over, quiet, hope, alive. So just writing out one word that you want to claim, that you want to carry out of today's session with you. Yeah, and then as we're doing that, we're gonna slowly adjust back into this space. And then just let that settle. Yeah, there's some tears and you don't know why. And sometimes you don't need to know why. The fact is that you are holding all of that. Sometimes pain is trapped in the body until we do something like this that lets it kind of flush out, that lets it open out. And what you will find is, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to listen to this again this evening, maybe before bed. Maybe you'll listen to this again tomorrow morning. But you will start to feel like the gates are open, the floodgates are open, and things are going to change way more rapidly now because you are beginning something new. Beautiful. So we're coming back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out that handout that I mentioned earlier to help you identify where your own limiting beliefs are. So what did you learn that got cemented in your brain as a child from maybe your parents, the kids at school, your siblings, the bully, all of these things that you heard growing up created your adult life. And so hypnotherapy covers so many different areas, but take a look at that and see if you can identify, where do I fall? What is my narrative? What's the story that I'm telling myself in my mind that is maybe creating panic attacks? It's creating toxic relationships. That's making me feel like smoking is my only way to get calm. That makes me afraid to travel or try new things or feel like I can't get the body and the health that I want. What you learned. Procrastination,
Right.
that's a big one. I think we saw that in the chat. There was quite a lot of
Our
people that
sales
shared.
performance. There is one I do want to comment especially on, of course. You probably know which one that is.
Relationships, or we had some
Someone
grief
is struggling with
as well.
some cancer.
Mm.
So we work with everything from biting your nails, being a better salesperson, which is, we know that's in the mind, right? I know a lot about this. It is in the mind. So we can help you with that. Or performance. A lot of athletes use hypnotherapy because it's visualization at the subconscious level. Okay. But someone here wrote about it's up higher, about cancer. They're undergoing treatments. And I just want to say to you, my heart goes out to you. And I'm not going to get into the whole story, but I'm a year into it. So I've got 4 more years to go, but it's not coming back. So I'm grateful. And what I want to do is point out how real hypnotherapy is. Okay. Because my doctors said to me how positive I was during the experience. And I remember when I got out of the hospital for something, that the doctor's assistant said that, I forgot what he said the exact words, but something like, oh, I inspired him because of how positive I was. And I remember going through the treatment, and it was because I use hypnotherapy, right? So I listened to it and conditioned my own mind. It was through the hypnotherapy that I was able to change my perception of the subconscious mind, because we all learn that certain things are really not good. This is one of them. And we get scared and we take on these beliefs, and it is scary and it is uncomfortable. And we've learned to make it worse. Like, it is not good, but we just learn that it's not good, right? That we
Right.
can't cope with it, that we can't cope with it.
Mhm.
So if hypnotherapy, which it can help people that are going through cancer treatments to be positive. And what my doctor said is that we know when someone has a positive mind, it makes the process, the treatment easier to go through. And when your body isn't stressed out, it's good. It's a good thing, because then it's easier to get that help. And when you're like me and you work with a lot of trauma in the world and you see how those people get better from hypnotherapy, it has showed me over many years, and I already know this, but I can't help it. I still love seeing it, how effective hypnotherapy is. So when you're studying, suffering from stress and anxiety, right? That can wreak a lot of havoc on your body, because your subconscious mind is saying, I'm scared, so I have to protect you. So we have to teach your subconscious mind, no, 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 you don't have to be afraid because everything is okay. Same thing with anything, with relationships, with smoking as a learned habit. We can help you with that. Going to the gym. Of course, you want to go to the gym because you're going to feel better. But we have to help the subconscious say, oh, I'm really excited to go to the gym today. Or I'm excited to, performance anxiety. Again, sales. Get rid of these blocks so that your mind isn't that tornado giving you all these negative reasons not to do something. You you make what you think is impossible possible at the subconscious level, and then you're going to see how much better you feel. Um, struggle to be a great father. Maybe you already are. I'm questioning, whose expectation are you trying to live under? Where did you learn it?
Hmm.
If you remove that struggle and stop judging yourself, then most likely you're going to see what a great father you really are, because this stuff interferes with how we act with our children. I see here, I'm looking to continue to break
Yeah.
through in my sales career. Not a problem. My question is, what's the problem? What's holding you back?
Mhm.
Where did you learn that? So let's get rid of that. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to sit in the chair like you're glued to cement until they tell you yes. And the more no's you get, the closer to a yes. But you've got to believe all this, that you're capable of doing all of this at the subconscious level. Letting go of the hurt from my past
So yeah,
relationship.
I want to just to jump in here. So I did
Yeah.
attach. So for anybody that needs to jump off soon, we're going to do some more Q&A. So please drop in your questions. So we're going to go through some of the ones in the earlier part of today's session. But I attached the booking link for the consultations. That circle button on your screen. Go ahead and tap that, and then you can book a consultation with one of our program experts. So we're going to try our best to get to everybody's questions in a few minutes. But consultation is going to be an opportunity to connect directly with the program expert. This is not a stranger. This is somebody who is a Joymind program alumni. So a friendly person who knows exactly what you've been through, has dealt with some of these things themselves. And they're going to talk to you a little bit about what this program will look like for you, who the best specialist is to get you matched with, how many sessions you actually need to get the results. Like no one's going to recommend you one session. I'll be clear with that right now. That's just not something we do at Joymind. If any hypnotist wants to recommend you one session, they're trying to scam you, because everything is a process. You spend 40, 50 years, decades of your life programmed a certain way. And to undo that, it's going to take a couple of weeks or so. Okay, we're gonna spend some time with you to see what that journey looks like. You're gonna get recordings at the end of every single session. And I do want to actually give a shout out to Keith here. So good to have you here again. I know that you mentioned that you've been to a few of these and you've been listening to the recordings just from this session, and you've already been seeing an improvement. Now, I'm really happy to hear that, just because one, Keith, this is just a very general session. This is meant for hundreds of people to get support.
Right.
If you are in a one-on-one face-to-face session with your hypnotherapist, they're listening to your patterns, how your brain is wired, your own secret language of how you process information. Like Rochelle said, are you analytical? Are you introverted? Are you extroverted? Are you more of a fluid personality type? And then they're going to curate a hypnosis that's directly targeted for your brain. So that's going to work so much faster and actually give you real results. But thank you for being here, Keith. And after this recording, when we finish, you're going to get the email. Again, just like Keith said, listen to it again. Keep going back because you will start to feel a difference in just how your brain starts to react, how much you snap at somebody or pick a fight, or how stimulated you get in a heightened situation. All of that is going to start to be different. So that's a really good start.
Yeah, and Ryan, I'm looking at what do I do if my brain struggles to relax for this? I get it. Sometimes it takes people a few times to be comfortable with their hypnotherapist so they can really relax and just let go. And over time, you're going to see that that's what happens. You get used to hearing the voice. Your mind starts to feel calm, especially because we're telling it to. You keep listening to these, recordings. And if you're like me, and I kind of have a hunch you may be, I know that when I need help, I can close my eyes right now and hear my hypnotherapist's voice. And I'm going to take a deep breath. I say, I just did it. And I'm going to relax. It's weird. It's so weird how this works. It does. It really does. But it's still, to me, mind blowing because it's so effective. But it will take you a little bit longer, maybe. And that's okay. And you know what I want to say is that I see the word struggling to relax. So I'm wondering, where else in your life is that affecting you? And that's all the stuff we need to help you with, right?
Beautiful. Yeah, I see a ton of people already going ahead and clicking that link and booking. So when you click that link just now, you're going to pop up as a webinar attendee. Means you showed up today. Only people who are here live get access to this 15% off. So nobody else. If anybody else signed up and didn't show up, they're not going to get the same rate that you're going to be able to receive. So when you book a consultation right now through that link, you'll automatically get to activate that extra 15% coupon for any program you want. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about a couple of programs in there. Maybe we'll go through a few questions before Rochelle needs to jump off. I see, we talked a little about personal development, pain, that it has so much to do with what emotional experiences you're going through. Grief, I see quite a few people, Rochelle, if we're going to talk about grief, that is a big thing that we work on as well.
So firstly, pain, what we do is we help you not just focus on the pain, because belief at its experience. And the more you pay attention to something, it's like shining a flashlight on you. So what we need to do is help you not so much think about that and think about something else, and you're going to feel better. And I've been doing this a long time, and a lot of pain specialists have sent people to me. So there's a lot of information on this, by the way, that tells you how it works. Grief. Wow, grief. Accepting something doesn't mean you're making it right or you're making it wrong, right? It just means you've accepted that something's happened, which is not easy. And hypnotherapy can really help you with that, because instead of feeling so overwhelmed by the grief, you start to remember the good things. And it is the good things that you keep going. And, I always say to my daughter, the day I die, the way to keep me alive is tradition. The things I used to do them. And you can always ask me a question and I'll answer it. Because I read earlier that someone's grandparents died. And that's how you keep the people who have moved on alive in your life. So instead of holding on to the devastation of it, it's okay to accept it, because sadly in life these things happen. Shake my head. So let's think about the good stuff, but it's hard to do that. So we have to help you not let it go. Why would you let go of some people you love? You're not going to do that. We can't say you're never going to be upset again. I mean, that's not going to happen, but we can help it not hurt so much and focus on the good.
Oh, I love that. And like I said earlier, we're not going to give you any false promises. You're not going to change and become somebody that you're not. We can't delete the problems of day-to-day life. Your problems will still exist. New problems will come, new challenges will come. You'll overcome
Right.
this and the next thing arrives. But how are you a stronger person? How are you
You'll learn.
unafraid?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll learn how to deal with it. You'll find your sea legs. But what's so incredible is you don't have to think about it. It just happens naturally, because the subconscious is the one doing the work, not your conscious, right? So your life just, it's like you're walking in the shoes of grace. It's like a peaceful lake. And if someone throws a rock in it and you've got some of those little waves, it's okay. They're just waves, because you're the peaceful lake.
Hmm.
And that's where you want to get to in life. No matter what you encounter, it doesn't matter. That's why I say peace is priceless, because when you actually can do that, and I don't know if you can do it every single solitary time, but you're going to do it the majority of the time. The times you can't, you'll know how to get there. And that's how we can help you. And sometimes, many times, we can just take it away.
Yeah.
Holly, someone answered a question about that they have to make an appointment later. You want to
I just
address that?
attached the link as well. It's in the chat. So it's joymind.com/free-consult. And you can click on that chat link as well to book directly. But I see that majority of people have already been booking. So if you are still sitting there and you're listening, what is stopping you from taking this next step? What are you afraid of? You know, that this won't work, that it will work too good and your whole life is going to change. And suddenly the people around you are going to change. The choices that you make, the opportunities that come up. Like
That's
truly
the
so much good.
subconscious. That's a subconscious liking the knowns, even if they're not good. And these consultations, they don't cost money. So if you just want to call to learn something, then that's okay. You can do that. Just call and set up a consultation just to learn, to find out more. No one's going to make you do anything. We don't do that. We're just
Yeah.
here to help, right?
Yep. So that link is right there for you. And like I mentioned earlier, that there's no commitment here. There's no expectation. This is just one step forward. So you received a little bit of hypnosis today. What is one half step forward that you can take to better yourself? Okay. So I know, Rochelle, you're going to have to jump off here to get to your next session. So thank you for being
Thank you,
here
everybody.
and
Thank
for
you.
holding the space. And for anybody else
Mhm.
who's still on, I'll keep that booking link available to you so that you can use that as we jump off today's call, and do something really good for yourself. You showed up here today. You are in the momentum. You've got the ball rolling. Continue. So even if you don't sign up for this consultation, can you promise that you will do one action step for yourself? Because you can feel better. You can get that exhale feeling, and it can be a normal part of your life. There are 1,000+ reviews publicly listed that you can read, and you can see yourself in that. You can see people who have been exactly where you are today, and within 3 months, 2 to 3 months, are a completely different person. Many people have mentioned that they don't even recognize the person that they've become because who they started with was such a low version of themselves, and the amount that has shifted, the amount of surprise that has shown up in the course of their program is really transformed their whole world. And I think probably my favorite thing that people share with us is that when people around them, when your partner, when your friends, when your coworkers are like, something is different about you. I don't know what it is, but something is just different about you. And if you're ready for that feeling, this really is the opportunity. So if you see that circle button pop up on your screen, go ahead and just tap that circle button and it will take you directly to the consultation booking link. I will also put it again here in the chat. So it's joymind.com/free-consult. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for doing something good for yourself. Feel gratitude for yourself as well for showing up, taking this step. There's some part of you that knows, that truly knows that there's more to life than whatever anxiety, stress, or pain that you're currently feeling. Okay? Thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of your afternoon and hope to support you all. Thank you.